Welcome to another episode of the Popko Project Podcast. Today I'm joined by singer-songwriter Olivia Elizabeth Basar. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm just happy I said your last name correctly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I know. It's always technically it's Basar.
Did I screw it up? Wow, I really messed it up already.
I know. It's even when I give the pronunciation, it's so easy to I think it's just where the emphasis is.
Yeah.
But yeah, technically it's Basar.
And I think you sent me a voice note, and I don't know why I got that. I've featured your music on my radio show. I think I may have said it right the first time, or maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I thought you did because I was listening, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, I said it wrong the second time. I know that.
It's okay. It's honestly, it happens.
Well, I'm starting this off real stellar. You know, I'm proud. I'm giving myself a pat on the back saying your name right. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Popko. You said it wrong.
Sorry. I was like, well, I don't want to just be like, well, that's fine.
Well, I have a history of doing that. One of my favorite bands growing up was Everclear, and I had the honor to interview the lead singer of Everclear, and I pronounced
awesome.
his last name incorrectly. So I don't know. This is my thing. It's like
it's all good. Yeah, it's just it's your thing now.
Yeah. Well,
it's
thanks
totally
so much.
Fine.
Yeah, I apologize. I'll probably say it wrong again. I'm not going to try. I'm not even going to try.
Okay.
Now you're going to be known as just Olivia Elizabeth to me.
That's fine. That's
what
totally
we're going
to do.
Fine. Well, thanks so much for doing this, even though I mispronounced your last name. I hope we can keep going here.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
But
totally fine.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things in life is when an artist reaches out to me to either be on my podcast or reaches out to me because they have music that they would like to possibly have featured on my radio show. You know, stuff that I've never heard of before. And when I listened to it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And that's what happened with you. And you've released 2 new songs this year. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, that's right.
Spinning and Old Habits Die Hard.
Yes.
Old Habits Die Hard is what I featured on my radio show on Fuzz 96.1. And I heard Spinning after that one, so I kind of tried digging through, and it's great stuff.
Thank you. Yeah,
really,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know. You said you were listening. I don't know if you heard me say I kind of felt that I heard some Vanessa Carlton and Michelle Branch in Old Habits Die Hard, and that it should be featured on a Dawson's Creek soundtrack.
Yeah, I do get a lot of people hear that kind of early 2000s influence, they could hear it in a WB show from that time frame. And I actually I grew up loving Vanessa Carlton because I actually started on piano. That's kind of how I started. And I remember bringing my piano teacher. I was like, I want to play 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, and I want to sing. I kind of, because, usually piano lessons is just playing. You're not singing. It's classical pieces. But I was like, no, I want to sing and play this contemporary music. And I brought her 1,000 Miles to learn. So. Okay.
Well, I'm glad I heard that.
Yeah.
So if anyone's made it past my mispronunciation of your last name, made this far, if nothing else, go stream Olivia's music, at least Spinning and Bad Habits Die Hard. Fantastic songs. If you do nothing else on this podcast, please just go and check those songs out because they are fantastic. But you said that you were originally from northeastern Pennsylvania, which is where I'm based out of.
Yeah.
But you currently reside in Harrisburg. So talk to me a little bit about who Olivia is and kind of her path into music.
Sure. Well, yeah, I am originally from Mountaintop, actually.
Okay.
I don't know. not too far outside of like Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
But yeah, from NEPA, grew up there. I went to school or college in Scranton, not for music. I was a psychology major. And then I was kind of at a point where I was done with school. And I mean, at that point, I had always done music in the sense growing up that like I sang in choirs. I did like the musicals at my high school. So I did a lot of that growing up. But I had never really like delved into songwriting or releasing original music or anything like that. But yeah, at the end of college, I kind of was at like this standstill as far as like what I was going to do. So after college, I ended up moving to the Harrisburg area, and then I just ended up getting a job with the state doing nothing related to music.
Okay.
But then I guess it was, 2023 was the first year that I like started putting out music, like original music. But yeah, it really wasn't until I would say like 2019-ish that I really started to delve into songwriting. And that was also the same time that I picked up a guitar for the first time. Before that, I would just I would play on my keyboard and sing. Sometimes I would post like little covers on Instagram or wherever. But for some reason for me, it was like when I picked up a guitar and I started to learn that was kind of what opened up songwriting for me. I'm not really sure why that instrument did it for me. But yeah, so started writing songs about 2019. And then it took me a few years to release anything, but 2023 was the first year that I released a song.
Mm-hmm.
So then, yeah, so since then I've been basically just releasing singles. Started doing some live shows. I guess it was really not until last year, like 2024, that I started doing like live solo shows. So yeah, in a sense, like music has always been there, but as far as in the sense of doing it, like as a solo artist and releasing original music, it's still like newer for me.
Pretty
I
new,
would say. Yeah.
I mean, did you have any influences that kind of like drew you to music growing up, or?
I mean, growing up, like I said, like I was definitely into a lot of like, I would say like the piano pop. I feel like there was a lot of that. It was like Vanessa Carlton, and I'm trying to think of I was really into like Regina Spektor. Yeah, a lot of like contemporary piano playing pop artists. I was also like, I loved Avril Lavigne, like her first two albums. I was super into that. I was like, I don't know, like 10 or 11 at the time.
Yeah.
So I was just like really into that kind of stuff. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't until almost, I don't know, like later in life. At least I feel like music that has shaped the way that I write, I didn't really start listening to until like a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of more like alternative, like indie rock. I feel like when I first started writing music, I was listening to a lot of Phoebe Bridgers.
Mm-hmm.
I had found her music at that time, and I feel like that kind of shaped sort of how I started writing some of my songs, or just like the ideas that I would come up with. So yeah, it's kind of like a mix of different things for me, I would say.
What about family? I mean, was any family kind of into music growing up, and that's what led you to the choir and things like that?
Yeah, well, so I have an older sister, she was the one that was actually like she started in music before me just because she's older. But I guess she was super young, and she told my mom, like, I want to sing with the choir at church. And I guess like she was so young, they told my mom, like, you have to, well, she can sing with us, but you have to stay with her. So then my mom just started singing in the choir too, because she had to watch my sister basically. And then I came along, and then I started doing it with them. And my sister also took piano lessons. And then I was like, oh, I think I want to do that too. So I kind of like followed in her footsteps.
Sure.
In that sense. But for some reason, I think it stuck more with me. Just, I don't know, she still sings like a little bit here or there, but she doesn't like perform or release music.
Right.
So yeah, for whatever reason, it kind of stuck with me. Like my parents aren't necessarily like super musical or anything like that. I think like my dad's side of the family, like they have some like musically inclined people. My grandfather, he loved singing in church choir too. He was super into like opera music. So definitely like a different thing, but there was some like music stuff going on.
Right.
And growing up, the choir that I sang with in church, we were called the folk group because we had acoustic guitars. So we were just kind of like, we were a little bit cooler than like the normal choir, because they're like, oh, we have acoustic guitars. And like every year they would do this like bonfire in the summer. And I just remember like all the families would kind of, they'd be singing all different types of stuff, not church songs. Like a lot of it was like classic rock, like Eagles and like different stuff. So I feel like that definitely had like an impact on me too.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you pick up a guitar in 2019-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So for the last 6 years, and I think this is kind of wild. So 6 years is like a long time, but not really.
Yeah.
But like to release music like you've released over the course of, it's 6 years, but between 2019 and 2023, it's 4 years. So you were able to pick up the guitar and then start writing music.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty amazing. I mean, so did you take lessons? Did you just kind of figure it out on your own? How did that work?
Yeah, I never took guitar lessons or anything. I don't know. Like people have asked me before if having a background in piano, if that somehow like made it easier playing guitar or like with songwriting. I mean, they're different instruments to play, definitely. I definitely feel like I can play more like complex things on the piano, just because I grew up playing it and I took lessons. But with guitar, I don't know. I think I just basically what I did is I just started learning like pretty basic chords, and I would just like I would keep going over them and like trying to like switch to like from one chord to the other quickly, like enough to play, a 3-chord song or something. And then I just would look up songs that I liked and would just kind of play along to them. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely by no means an expert at guitar. But for me, it's enough like to write my songs, and then, different sounds and things can be built from there. Yeah, I don't like as far as the songwriting. I always liked like growing up in general, just writing. I liked writing poetry. I liked my writing classes. So I don't know if that helped. I mean, I'm sure it did with the songwriting portion, just because poetry too is just the way it's worded, and a lot of it is similar to the format of a song.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that definitely helped with the songwriting part of it.
Yeah. Now, how has like music kind of become more of your life? Are you still working full time, or are you now focused on music?
I still work full time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I do music stuff as much as I can, as far as like writing or just like trying to play out. I would like to like do more live shows definitely than I have been doing. But yeah, I at this point it's not enough to support me financially.
It's
I
hard.
mean, it would be great.
Yeah. That's the dream, right?
Yeah, if I could get to that point. But yeah, right now I've just kind of been working on writing more, trying to figure out like planning future releases. I would like to put together like either an EP or a full LP. Just because I've been putting out singles, but I would like to have some kind of like some body of work together to release. So that's kind of where I'm at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that first show like? Was that nerve-wracking?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like the first show that I played where it was like me, I think I brought my keyboard, which it's pretty heavy. So, and it was windy. That was the thing. It was at, it was like a little arts festival locally, and it was outside, and it was very windy. So I think like my hair like kept going into my mouth, and I was like, okay, like it's fine. And then some lady that was there was like, oh, like put your sunglasses up to like keep your hair off of your face. I was like, so I did that, and it did help. But yeah, it was very windy, and then I think like my music stand blew off of the keyboard, so it was a little bit, it was a little bit questionable there. But except for all of that, it turned out pretty okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was definitely nervous just because it's definitely different versus like when I would sing when I was younger. It was typically in a group setting, and it wasn't original music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a different type of nerves.
Yeah.
But yeah, being outside, can't control the elements. So I was like, well, I guess if, this is going to break me in.
Like, yeah. You gotta struggle a little bit. You can't just pick up a guitar and play songs. You gotta, what does it say? You gotta eat some shit,
Yeah. Knock everything over. It's fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah.
Any other stories? Like, was that like the worst of them?
Probably. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, most other ones have gone like pretty well. I'm trying to think if I've done any other. I haven't done a ton of like outdoor shows. I did one, I think it was this summer, and it was super hot, and I was just drenched. So that wasn't great. But yeah, I don't think anything that first one was probably like the most nerve-wracking, just because, well, it being like the first time I'm playing by myself, and then also just the weather and not having control over that.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably the most like interesting situation that I've had. Usually it's gone pretty smoothly.
Good.
Yeah.
And are you like primarily focused in performing around the Harrisburg and central Pennsylvania area?
Typically, all most of the shows that I've played have been sort of in this general Harrisburg, Lancaster, kind of central Pennsylvania. I would like to branch out a little bit more. I actually last week I did a kind of like a live music session at this studio in Philadelphia. And the person that runs that said he could connect me with some Philadelphia musicians that have similar music to me. So, that I might be able to set up a show with, or if there's something open. So that would be cool to play in Philly. I would love to do that, or even like come back up to NEPA, because I haven't played anything up there. So that would be cool, since I'm from up there and like my parents are still in that area. So yeah.
What have you done like currently to, get yourself out there and book your own shows? How does that work?
I mean, I've done a lot of just like the emailing type of thing, which sometimes you don't hear anything. I mean, I know things get lost and people, some people don't like book through their emails. You kind of have to fish around to figure out like if there's people, just connecting with people and other musicians. I think just talking to people, if you do book a show, if there's other bands or like people doing sound or whoever, just kind of talking with them and seeing if they know anyone. I haven't really, actually, I'm trying to think. One show that I booked was actually I went to, it's like they call it a songwriters round. It's a little bit, it's probably like a half hour from me, but they just have local songwriters. They usually have 2 people on the stage and they kind of let you go back and forth. Like one person sings their song, then you sing yours, and then it kind of goes back and forth. And you can talk about kind of what inspired the song, or, if you want to give background on what the meaning of the song. But yeah, somebody that was there playing with someone else liked like my original stuff. So they reached out to me later to open up a show for them, for a different show. So just doing stuff like that, going to a show and people hearing your stuff. And if they like it, they might ask you to play. Right. So
a lot of networking.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I definitely struggle with because I'm definitely introverted. It's not my natural inclination to like go up to people and be like, hi, I'm this person. Like I was actually just at a show this weekend in Lancaster, and there were 3 different, I guess they weren't like full bands, but there was like trios and a duo. And like I went up to the opening act and like was talking, because I won. They had like a thing you could put in your phone number and for a chance to win free merch, and somehow I won. I was like, I never win anything, so like I went up to her and was like, I'm the winner. So to the artist, so I was talking to her and was like, oh yeah, I'm a musician too, like here's my Instagram. Like, which is not, it's not like the most comfortable thing for me, but I mean, I genuinely really enjoyed their set, and I was like, hey, I'm a musician too, like just throwing it out there.
We gotta get you social.
Yeah.
We gotta get you socialized.
I know. Yeah, I'm definitely more introverted, so it's like it's not my natural inclination, so I really have to like push myself. But yeah, so I think just doing that kind of stuff helps.
Do you think that's like the biggest challenge for you right now is kind of putting yourself out there on a personal level and connecting with other people to kind of advance yourself as a musician?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's a part of it, or at least one of the things that is the hardest for me. I mean, I do some like social media is totally different because there's like a barrier. Like I post on TikTok and stuff, just like sharing my songs. And I have connected with some like small artists that way. But yeah, it's definitely harder for me in person. So I would say that's probably like one of my bigger barriers. As far as just like you said, making those connections and like networking. And yeah, that's never been like my strongest quality.
That's okay.
But yeah,
That's
it's all a learning process.
Yes, exactly. That's part of the process. I mean, you know, there are people who just wake up in the morning and then they want to just talk to everybody and anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
But especially as an artist, I mean, I think artists in general have this fight within themselves to a degree. I don't want to like blanket statement with that, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. It sounds like you really excel in, you know, putting words to paper and crafting songs and things like that. So can you talk a little bit about the songs that you've put out so far, especially the ones that, you know, came out this year?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Well, the most recent one that you played on your show, Old Habits Die Hard. I think that one I wrote pretty quickly. Sometimes when I write, it's very like broken up. Like certain songs I've written, like the chorus.
Oh,
At one point in time, and then I like did it pause.
I lost you for a second there.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
But no, as far as like typically, I don't know, but a lot of the times when I write, I'll write a portion of the song and then it'll just sit there and I'll go back to it like way later. And I'm like, oh, I actually really like this. Like I should definitely finish this song because I just forget about it. Or when I first had the idea, I didn't necessarily know what else to write around the part that I came up with. But with Old Habits Die Hard, that one I think I wrote pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, that one's pretty much just like about unhealthy coping mechanisms and kind of thinking that you've moved past them or you're not going to go back to those unhealthy behaviors, but then you feel yourself going back to them just as like a comfort thing. But yeah, that one, I'm trying to think. I wrote it, well, I released it at the end of June, but I think I wrote it like over the winter. And the recording process, that one was kind of interesting recording it because we went through like a few different mixes and then it was like it didn't sound right, so we scrapped that one and then we redid a bunch of stuff. But I'm happy with how it ended up turning out, but it took a little bit of work to get like the finished product, I would say. And then trying to think, Spinning, I released back in February. That was one that I wrote, I think, the chorus like several years before. Like I think it was in my like voice memos in my phone, and I think it was maybe 2019 or 2020. Oh, wow. And I just like sang the chorus part. I don't know what I was doing. I don't think I was trying to write, but I was just like, sometimes things when I'm not trying to write, they'll just kind of pop into my head. I know I feel like sometimes when I'm focusing, like, okay, I'm trying to write, I get stuck.
Sure.
But sometimes when you're not focusing on the thing, it comes to you. So yeah, I just recorded that, no instrument. I was just like mumbled it into the phone. And then I kind of forgot about it for a few years. And I'm not sure why. Occasionally I'll just go back into my voice memos and I'll sift through different just recordings, and I'm like, let's see what's in here, because it's always a surprise. I never know what's going to be in there. Sometimes it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's just total gibberish. But I found that in there and I was like, I really like that. Maybe, I should try to write around it and actually make it into a song. But yeah, that song, I think when I was promoting it, I was saying like it's the angriest song I've ever written, because it's kind of like when like that frustration, it's all coming to the surface when someone's trying to tell you how it is. I think that's one of the lines. Trying to explain something to you. It's like, I already know that. Like, I don't need your explanation. I don't need all of that. And just like the frustration building from that. So that song was kind of my way of expressing that frustration, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of led to spinning.
I think it's so fascinating that you dug up a voice memo from like 5 years prior.
Yeah.
And then so many musicians I talk to too, like they do that a lot. They say, "Yeah, I wrote this song like 5 years ago, and then I brought it to this record." I can't find a photo that I'm looking for from like 6 months ago, let alone these things from years and years ago. I just that's just so fascinating to me. Now, do you do that a lot? Do you have a lot of is that how you start to formulate songs? Do you start with choruses, or do you start with lyrics, or how does that work?
Yeah, it kind of differs. Sometimes I typically don't write like lyrics separately. Like I will usually at least have some kind of melody or something first. And I might not have all of the words at first. I may have a few of them. But yeah, I don't always do it like I said, like as far as having a certain part that's super old and then going back and writing around it. I do think I tend to write chorus parts first, or sometimes bridges of songs. I feel like I never or rarely start with a verse, which is funny because that's where like the first verse is where the song starts.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I rarely write that first. Or I might have an idea of the melody, but I don't have the words. I only have the words and the melody for the chorus. So then I have to go back and think about, okay, what is this song actually going to be about? Because sometimes I don't know. Like, I will have the idea for a part and I'm like, that's really cool. It's like, okay, what am I even actually trying to say in this song? So I have to think, okay, what am I trying to say, and what combination of words do I want to use, and how do I want to say it? So it kind of varies for me as far as that goes. Sometimes I will start with just a guitar part. Like I'm just kind of playing around in like a different tuning on my guitar. And I'll like that. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just sort of come up with like a melody. Sometimes the words don't make sense at first. I'm just trying to get the idea out, and then I'll go back and figure out the words later. So it's definitely kind of a mix of things for me, I would say.
Yeah. Now, lyrically, are these songs about personal experiences, or are you able to also kind of just create stories out of them as well?
There's definitely, I would say, personal influence in my songs. A lot of the times, like a part of the song is from like something personally that happened or an experience that I had. And sometimes I'll kind of combine that with maybe stuff that didn't actually necessarily happen to me, as far as like when writing the whole song. I mean, I think a lot of artists, there's always going to be some personal influence. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of a mixture for me of personal things, and then I kind of expand on that to make it, I guess, relatable to other people. But usually they do stem from something personal, I would say. Like one of my songs, it's called Achilles. And that one, I don't even really know. I think someone was talking about like an Achilles heel or something about like, oh, like a weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but I was like, I don't know where it was. It was somewhere online. And I was like, that could be cool. Like in a song, like talking about this person that's like your Achilles heel, like that you keep going back to, they're your weakness and you can't say no to them type of thing. So that one, it like almost didn't start out personally, but that like as I was writing the song, there was definitely, you know, my own personal experiences were kind of woven into the song.
Right.
More so, I guess, like looking back at it now,
mm-hmm.
Than when I was even writing it. I don't know if I was aware of that, but yeah, and there's definitely some that are more personal. Like my first single that I released is called The Pattern. And that was, I think that song, I was at a point where I really wanted to release music, and I was so stuck and not knowing like what song to release, how to go about it, what to do. And that song was kind of like expressing that frustration with myself, like doing the same thing over and over kind of thing. And being like, why do I do that to myself? So, and that ended up being my first single. So some of them definitely are more personal, and also just like about my struggle with like figuring out how to do music, or like figuring out just like what to do in life in general. Yeah.
Would you say that music is like a form of therapy to a degree?
Yeah, I definitely think with writing, I use it to kind of process my emotions. Because sometimes, like, if something happens, like, I do find that writing about it is therapeutic, and it kind of helps me to get it out, to get it outside of myself. So it's not, you know, I'm not keeping it all inside. So actually putting it out into like a physical, into a song,
mm-hmm.
It helps just process it. And I think also release some of that just negative or whatever energy that I'm experiencing. So yeah, it's definitely beneficial to me.
You said before, you know, putting together, I think it was, what song was it? Bad Habits Die Hard, I believe it was. Now, do you work in a studio?
So everything that I've recorded previously, I did do in a studio. There's a local studio in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Rock Mill Studio. So yeah, I worked out of there with my producer Tyler. I actually think Tyler did Feels Like Fire. They had a project.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Tyler, the guitarist, yeah, he produced all of the stuff that I released thus far.
Very cool.
So yeah, so that's where I've done like all of my everything, all the songs that I've released this far.
Yeah, they were guests on my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, great band. I've known the drummer for, oh gosh,
Pat.
25, yeah, 20,
Yeah,
20
yeah.
some years. Yeah, and those
Hmm.
other guys for a little less than that. But yeah, man, small world.
Yeah. Well, I think I remember seeing that they were on, and then I think I followed your Instagram, and then I just kept seeing like the podcasts and stuff with your radio show, and I was like I should send him something. One
Yes.
of my songs. Yeah. So yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, the songs, I really am really impressed by them. And I mean, from what I read, you've had songs featured on channels like Sirius XM's Kelly Ogden show,
Hmm.
and is that, am I saying that last name right? There's
Yeah, I think that's how I've been saying it, Ogden.
okay,
I don't.
Ogden,
Yeah, I don't know.
and then also WXPN in Philadelphia. So that's pretty cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What did that kind of exposure feel like?
I mean, it was awesome. I don't really know how. So I think both of the people that reached out to me about playing my songs, I think they found me on, it's called Threads. It's like Instagram's.
Yeah, that was
It's
like
like,
their attempt to take over
yeah,
Twitter when Twitter was in turmoil.
yeah,
Yeah, it didn't go very
yeah,
far.
and it was weird because I don't know why I was posting on there and it was very new
Hmm.
and there was not like a lot of people, but for some reason I think that like helped. I don't know, like if people working at radio were just on there and there was a lot of, at least from what I was seeing, just small artists posting their music. And yeah, I don't really know. I think um, there was a guy, he sent me an email about the Kelly Ogden show and was like, oh, we're going to do like a new artist feature. And I was like, I don't remember submitting anything to you, but okay. Cause I think it was like around Christmas and he was like, can you give me a write up for Kelly to read? I was like, sure. And yeah, it was like a few weeks later, they did a little segment. So that was really cool. Um, and then WXPN, I don't think I knew about that until like the day. They do like a local artist pick. I think they do one like I don't know if it's every day. It's something, but I, I think his name's Bruce Warren. He was like the director of something over there. But I think he followed me on Threads, and I think that's how he found me. I don't know, but I was super excited. I was like, what? Like when because I think they like XPN tagged me or something, and I was super confused. Like I was like, is this their real account? Like I was I was kind of in disbelief, but it wasn't. It was their real account.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome. Um,
Well,
yeah, was not expecting that.
well, I think the good stations, the good shows, they do a great job at trying to find, new artists, especially if that's what the show's
Mm-hmm.
about.
Yeah.
I can't take credit for that in, our situation, but I kind of do pride myself on, I mean, there's times I will harass bands. I'd be like,
Yeah.
send me,
Yeah.
send me your songs,
Please.
send me your music.
Yeah.
And I mean, my show's on Saturday mornings. It used to be on Saturday nights, but Saturday mornings a little bit of a better time. So I'm not prime time listenership by any means, but like I want to share like good music with as many ears as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really pride myself on trying to I remember I texted a band one time. They were on stage performing, and they said, "This is a new song we're working on." And I texted the guy. I'm like, "Send me this. Send this to me right now." I just it's music for me. I don't perform music. I always say this. I think I say it almost every time, but I don't perform. I can't write it. I can't. None of that. But I love it, and I love sharing it. So that's cool. That's a I'm glad there's people out there doing that too. On a bigger level. But that's good.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that honestly, like radio or whoever that's interested, I mean, it's always great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were also up for some awards, right? I think I wrote that note down. You were nominated for Best New Artist and Best Pop Artist at the Central Pennsylvania Music Awards.
Yes.
Did you win?
Yes. No.
That's okay.
I didn't. I think it was 2024. I was nominated for like Best New Artist, which that I wasn't expecting at all. I'm like, I don't know who nominated me. So I was like, yeah, that was super awesome to see that. Cause I was kind of like, I knew about the awards, but I was like, I don't know if I've done enough. Like I always like, here we are again with me being like, I'm just like, I don't know if I've done enough, like to, be nominated for something, but somebody submitted. So I was like, it was cool just to have a nomination, honestly. And then last year's, I was nominated under the pop category. So yeah, even just to be nominated is super cool.
Yeah, just the recognition in general. I mean,
yeah.
It's sometimes it's just it's all you need, really, too. And then like going to those award ceremonies too is a great time, a great opportunity to network and meet new people and things like that. So
yeah. I mean, they get dressed up. It's a whole thing. So yeah, it's cool for sure.
Yeah, you seem very how do I put this? Kind of going on what you just said. It's like very like humble. But you're very nonchalant about this music, and I think you need to be more proud of it. I'm sure you are proud.
Yeah.
Right? I know you're proud of it, but like, I mean, this.
I mean, I think that's always like been a thing for me. Like, I'm always like, oh, I like need to be doing more. Like, I need to appreciate, what I'm doing and what I've done so far. So yeah, that's definitely like I guess a struggle that I have, just being like, hey, like, I have something to offer, and
Well, it's hard. It's hard. I think that goes from maybe an artistic point of view too. It's like you might think that whatever you do isn't good enough. Or it's like, or it's just it's just this silly little song I wrote. Like no one's gonna care,
Right.
So I can get that side of it too. It's hard to like, in the entire world think about like, oh, like I created this and it's amazing. Because if you did that too, you come off like an asshole too, right?
Oh, right. Right.
But I think there's like a middle ground there. You can.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance between being confident and being like, my stuff is good, but not, letting your head get so big.
Yeah.
About it.
The songs are great. They really are.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, I can't keep saying that, and I'm not saying it just because we're staring across a computer screen together. But I wouldn't have asked you to be a guest if I didn't think that it wasn't. So, what's kind of the future look like for you?
I mean, like I said, I at this point I've just been trying to write as much as I can, kind of focusing on that, and also trying to do more shows. Yeah. I mean, as far as writing, I feel like I will write something and then I just want to record it. But I think I'm trying to like put things together, like certain songs together, like I said, because I want to do some type of body of work. So I'm trying to focus on really writing good songs and having a group of them that I want to put out together. So I've kind of just been focusing on that. And yeah, just trying to do more live shows, meet more musicians, try to be, improve networking and just meeting more people that do what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope.
Thank you.
I hope everyone gets to hear your music.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a few like rapid fire questions to kind of wrap things up with, if you don't mind.
Sure.
What's the first concert you ever went to?
First concert I ever went. I honestly don't know if I remember because I feel like because I grew up like I was probably like 7, but I feel like we went to some kind of like it was some pop like Britney something that I don't even really remember because I was so young. I feel like it was something like that, but I don't really remember.
What's the one you remember? Like, what's like the definitive, like, oh man, this is my first show. Like, this was amazing.
I mean, I don't know if it was the first one, but I do remember like I was a teenager and I saw Coldplay.
Okay.
I remember like that was like, I always just think of that one because it was like a big show. Like
Incredible.
They put on a big production, just the lights, the sound, the whole thing. So that's always the one that I think about.
That band gets a bad rap. I think it's because of that.
Know.
I think it's that movie that did them in. I think it was like, what is it, 40-Year-Old Virgin? Maybe it was.
I
won't go into the scene because you get in trouble for that these days. But I mean, I get made fun of.
I love like their older stuff. Like their first few albums. Like I loved their music. I haven't really listened to any of their newer stuff because I think their sound changed quite a bit.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't know. I loved like their first few albums.
Yeah, I saw them in 2016. So that's like 9 years ago now. But I mean, from a show standpoint, from a production standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint, I mean, those guys kill it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was incredible. The lights, like there's fireworks, like anyone who can go see Coldplay, like stop trying to be tough. Go see Coldplay.
Just do it.
Just go see Coldplay.
Yeah.
What is a song that always puts you in a good mood?
A song that puts me in a good mood. I always want to say, like, I feel like this probably sounds bad. I'm like, a lot of the songs I listen to, not that they put me in a bad mood, but maybe not like the most uplifting mood. Trying to think. I'm so bad at answering on the spot.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You can hit pass. Okay. You can hit pass if you want.
I'll hit pass.
All right, pass.
I don't know. I can't think right now.
All right. Dream venue to play. If you could play any venue, where would it be?
Yeah.
That's a tough question too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think of venues that like artists that I love, like have played at that would seem cool.
Like I always think like Red Rocks.
Yeah, I know that's a big one in Colorado.
Yeah.
I think like what is it, like Merriweather Pavilion? I think that's in Philly.
Okay.
I think that it's like an outdoor. It's like partially covered.
Or
I've heard that's a cool venue.
How about the Sphere in Vegas?
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be wild, right?
Yeah, it would.
Who is one artist you'd love to trade places with for a day?
One artist. I'm just trying to think of an artist that I like their music.
I thought that'd be easy for
I don't
you.
know.
I thought you were gonna say like Phoebe.
Yeah. That, or I'm super into this artist Blonde Shell right now. So yeah, maybe her.
I'll tell you what. For anyone listening, if you start streaming your music, the songs that kind of like the algorithm catches on and they start playing other artists that sound similar to you, they're all very good too.
Yeah.
I enjoy that style. So
yeah, I always like seeing what other artists they associate with just based on your sound. It's kind of cool to see what it suggests.
Right. This might be a tough one.
Okay.
And if you can't answer, I'll just jump in and tell you mine.
Okay.
Your guilty pleasure song. Song that's song that you might be hesitant to say that you listen to, that you find joy in. That you find joy in.
Yeah. Trying to think. I mean, I know there's definitely probably a lot of them.
Mine is "Big Girls Don't Cry" by Fergie.
Oh, that's a great one.
But as a man,
great.
you know, it's like well, okay.
Big Girls Don't Cry.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Big Girls Don't Cry. It's a good song.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says.
No.
I get made fun of a lot for my musical taste, and I don't know why I get made fun of a lot. Like it's funny. I'm one of those people that I love sharing music with people, but like I feel like they don't always like listen to it when I send it because they think like, oh, well, he likes Creed, so how could whatever he says, be good? But I'm pretty well versed in different music, and anyone who sends me music, I always at least listen to. I might listen to the first 10 seconds and not enjoy it, but I'll at least give it a shot.
I feel like I don't know if this would be one for that, but like I love Third Eye Blind.
Hell
and
yeah!
I feel like some people like. I'm like, you don't realize how good that is. I feel like some people don't get it, and I'm like, no, it's so good. Like, but
Third
some
Eye
people,
Blind is. I may have seen them the most live out of any band that I've seen live.
Yeah, I saw them live a couple of years ago. Yeah, like sometimes when I tell people, they're like, "Oh, like," I'm like, "What?"
Why? Because they made a bunch of great records and sold a bunch of copies, and you got tired of hearing them on the radio. Yeah, well,
yeah.
Jeez, God forbid.
So terrible.
God forbid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like their first album was amazing. Their first, I mean, I love all of them. They're all great in their own way, but their first like 3 or 4 albums were like off the charts in my opinion. But now this is I was going to ask, if you weren't making music, what would you be doing? Obviously you're employed full time.
Yeah.
But
if there was like another
hobby, or I don't want to call your music a hobby, right?
No,
I want it to be more than that. But let's say music wasn't, your first love. What would you be? What do you think you'd be doing instead?
I mean, I've always really enjoyed taking photography.
Okay.
I bought a Nikon camera a few years ago. I haven't used it in a while, but I always just in general, even on my phone, I love taking pictures of just random things that some people might not appreciate, or just like random scenes or things that I see. So yeah, I don't know. I could see myself doing something like that or something else in that kind of vein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone has that eye. Not everyone has that eye.
I mean, just like random stuff that maybe not everyone would like think to photograph, but it's like when you actually look at it, it's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's all I have for you. I won't ask any more questions that you'll have difficulty answering.
Okay.
But thanks so much for taking the time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Olivia Elizabeth Basar. Basar. Damn it. Basar.
I always say I think like the phonetic or however you say it's pronunciation, like Basar.
Yeah.
Because it's SAR. You wouldn't think it's Zer.
I think I wrote it down phonetically the first time, and then I just in my head I just wanted to say it a different way.
Yeah, it's not the way it's pronounced. It's not like naturally how people want to say it at all.
Well, it's spelled Basar. I got that right, correct?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
So if anyone made it this far, go search it. Olivia Elizabeth. I'm not gonna say it again. Basar.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
And honestly, I've got some connections up this way too. Be more than happy to help connect you with those people should you have interest in that. So take advantage of that. I'd be more than happy to. It's not anything off my back. It's just, hey, I would love to help connect you. So
that'd be great.
Yeah. So stick around for 1 minute after we end, but thank you again so much for doing this. I hope people, at least if nothing else, like I said in the beginning, at least check your music out and take it from there. If I've done that, then it's an hour worth spent for me. So
yes.
All right. Well, best of luck. Finish out the year, and best of luck in 2026. Hopefully, you're nominated for more awards and take home a trophy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.